Good afternoon. Long time no see. How's everyone doing? Just going to give everyone a minute to find us, scramble to their desk or chair. We've got a few people on. I see Chris is asking, hello, Carolyn, when will the December calendar live be? Well, I don't know 100% yet, Chris. We are still unburying ourselves from all of the orders from our Christmas break. So we need to get out from under that before I start loading up more stuff. I'm ready to go, but we just need to climb out of the hole we're in, and then we will organize that. Hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know how many people will tune in live today, but I wanted to do this quick one because I've had these samples sitting with me now over the Christmas break, and I wanted to share before it was too late. And some of the stuff, it is too late. We can reorder, but some stuff is sold out. So it's just 4:01 now. I came on a little bit early, so I'm just going to give everyone just a minute. How was everyone's day? Good? Productive? Not so much? I feel like all the rest and relaxation I got over the Christmas break is now gone. Yeah, after a few days work, and I'm just, whoa, like we are busy, which is amazing, but we are just trying to catch up on a lot of things. And that does take a little bit of time. Most of the orders are going out or will be picked up by our couriers today and tomorrow. So most things will be out the door. We're still waiting to hear back from a few people. And then any orders that were placed yesterday still need to be processed as well. But we're getting there. We are getting there. And Carrie was unpacking new products and things. So things will start to populate onto the online store tomorrow. Restock will start coming in. So it just takes a little bit of time to recover. Okay, we're going to get started. So today is an inspiration live, which means that the girls have done some samples, and I'm just simply going to show you the samples and the products that we used on them. We're not going to go into too much detail. You may find that they make their way back onto my desk at another time where we go into a little bit more depth and I can show you a little bit more about them. But that all depends on whether or not we still have them to sell, because we all know that things come and go quickly around here. So it'll just depend. So the first set we're going to look at is the Valentine mice from Lawn Fawn. So when the Lawn Fawn release came out in December, I did kind of a walkthrough of all the new products, but we didn't do anything more with it after that. So the girls have been working on some samples, and these mice are adorable. I love all things mice with Lawn Fawn. That's my favorite critter. Although the new mole, the new mole is kind of cute too. So I wasn't sure how I felt about the mole when I first saw it. But now that I've seen things being done with it and all the fun you can have with it, I'm kind of falling in love with the little mole. But so this set here is a stamp die stencil combo. We did or do still have just stamp die combos as well. And we can always order any of those things for you. If stencils are available, we like to have a mixture of both. I know some people really like the stencils. Well, actually, a lot of people do. But some people just like stamp and die. So we can order in whatever combination you like if we don't have it. But it is a smaller set, and it's got the cute little mice. One is peeking over an envelope. One is holding a candy heart. And this one is just in a position. And the nice thing about these mice is that they mix and match with other sets. And so like if you need a mouse that's facing a certain way, you can grab it from other sets so that you can do that. And then, of course, there's all kinds of great greetings and things that come along with it. Matching dies and then matching stencils. And then this is the giant outlined love. This one is featured on the card that you see here. So this is kind of a fun die because you can use the L Heart VE on its own. You don't have to use it with the shadow and everything. But It does layer up on top of the large shadow to create the word love, and the O is a heart. So if I show you the die, do you see how there are some lines on the inside here? Those are not, okay, those are not cut lines. Those are just impression lines. And what happens when you cut out the shadow is that those impression lines go in, and then when you cut out the individual letters, it shows you where to line them up. So it's kind of like a little puzzle. So I like that feature. I think that's pretty cool that that it does that. But I'll show you the format of the large outline die, because these dies are fun. They take up a nice chunk of the front of a card. So you don't have to do a lot of other things to it. You can, like in this case, stencil the background, add a couple of little critters if you want, and boom, you've got a card. So they're really fun and easy to work with. But here is the shadow part of the die. And like I said, those etched lines give you a sort of diagram so that you know where to put these letters when you cut them out. But then you also have the L, V, and E, plus you get the outline heart. So that is a cutting line on the inside and the outside. So that gives you this red piece here. And then if you cut it out of another color, the middle that pops out of this piece here is what you can fill in this section here. And whenever you get a little frame like this, you can also turn this into a shaker, which is a nice option too. So that's how that die looks and works. Sometimes seeing it in the package, you don't fully understand the concept behind it, but it is a really fun one. I'm just going to pop these back in, because if I don't, I'm going to lose some pieces, and that won't be good. So that is the first card sample that Amanda created with the mice. And then here is a second card sample. Now this one is using their rectangle postage stacklets that they just came out with. And there is a stencil that goes with it that allows you to mask off the outer edge so that it doesn't get ink blended when you do ink blending on it. And so it masks off that area so you can color it. And then here is each of those mice colored out, and they each are on their own postage stamp. And then here is a heart where Amanda has used the one of the sentiments as a little speech bubble, which is really cute. So I'm not exactly sure where that came from. Let's just see here. Oh, it came from the Mole Lotta Love. So we're going to check that out. So yeah, so that's a couple of samples just showing the little mice. Again, there are lots and lots of samples online now that the release has been out for a little bit. If you check out Lawn Fawn's socials or their blog, they are very, very good about providing inspiration for all of their sets. And they also bring in sets from previous releases, and they mix and match. So you might have things in your stash already that they mix and match with these mice, and you get lots of options with them then. So that is that one. And then we're going to move on to the moles. Now the moles are just too much. I really like them. I think they're super cute. Sorry, I'm just organizing my stamps and things here so we can get a good look at it. Okay, so here is the mole set, and it's called A Mole Lotta Love. And see how there's these cute little hearts at the top here that are like speech bubbles. That is where Amanda got the one for this right here. So that is a fun option. And you've got several moles to choose from. You've got one here with glasses. You've got one facing forward, one looking to the right. You've got one down here that's in the dirt. You've got one here digging in the dirt, and then you've got one peeking up out of the dirt. But then you've also got little worms. You've just got a worm on its own, and then you've got a worm coming out of the dirt. You've got just a mound of dirt, and then you've got a couple of mounds with flowers. So these are great for scene building. Oh, so Anne-Marie is wanting to know about the clouds on that card. Okay, well, let's just see if Amanda put them in here. Yes, it's the Tailored Expressions Stitched Cloud Duo die. Okay, so that's the one that she used. Again, if you're not finding it online, just give us a quick email. We can definitely bring it in. But it does offer the stitching on the clouds. Just give you a little bit of a close-up there so you can see that. And they do come in different sizes, which is nice too. Okay, so so you get your moles, you get a bunch of little stamp sets that fit inside the speech bubbles. And then you also get a combination of sentiments here that allow you to make different phrases for your cards. And then they always have a small add-on set, which you can use by itself without the main set, but it also adds on to the main set. So you've got a little mold diving down into the dirt, and then you've got another mole peeking up in the dirt. So this one is facing the opposite direction to the one that is on the original set. So they can be looking at each other if you want. You get a little flower, and then again, a few other little sentiments to go along with it, and then stamped die stencil option as well. So those are the two sets with the moles. And here are some samples. So I'm going to just pull this up a little close, so just so you can kind of see the details. So here you can see that little worm on its own. And here you can see the little worm popping out of the ground. You can see the little mounds of dirt in behind the moles. And then you can see all three moles. So the one in the middle is looking straight forward, but then these two are kind of looking at it. So it's like they're having a conversation. And then on this one here, that's the one with the glasses. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's glossy accents on there. So they're actually shiny. And it's just such a cute option. And then, of course, you've got a speech bubble above each of the moles to create the scene. And for her background, I love this technique, and it's very easy to do. You can mask off with like a sticky note or masking paper, and just stencil, like protect this part, stencil the blue above, and then reverse it. So protect the top, and then stencil the dirt below. And you can see how you end up with an actual background scene, which is fun to do. So that is the first one. And I do see some questions here. What is the heart stencil used as background on the first card? Well, that is a good question. She does not put that on here, which probably means it's an older stencil that she's had in her stash, and it might not be available anymore. So I'm not sure. She did not write that one in here, but that's what I'm guessing. But you can use lots of different stencils for backgrounds. So definitely explore what you have too. And yes, it's always fun to be looking for new ones. My mom is here. Hi, Mama. And the sayings are always awesome. They always have punny sayings that you can use with the cards, which I think is super cute. And here is a second card. Now, this one is kind of fun. So this one has a background die in here. Now, this is an older die from Lawn Fawn. I had it in my stash, and I lent it to Amanda so she could use it. So often it is used for waves or snow or grass hills. But in this case, we're using it for dirt hills. Okay, so I will show you the die. And it is actually right here. And I don't have the name of it handy. Let me just see if I've got the little printout thing. Nope, that's not it. So I don't know what this one's called. I'd have to look it up. But what it does is it cuts out a panel and adds the stitching. And then it also adds these waves. And so if you look closely, there's the cut line, and then there's also the stitched line. So what Amanda did on this one is she doesn't have the background going all the way to the top. So she just snipped off a couple of the top rows to end the waves of dirt sooner, so that she can have some of her moles starting at the top, and then they're digging down into the dirt. And this is what's going on underneath the ground, which is, I think, just such a fun concept. And then she used the same die to actually make a frame to put over top. So panel dies like this are super fun. And I should look up the name of this, but that would take me time, and I don't have that right now. But if you're interested in knowing, let me know. Just send me a quick email, and I will definitely get that information to you. But isn't that sweet? And again, there's those heart speech bubbles. Got the mole that's digging, the one that's diving, the one peeking out, and another one peeking down here. And then these two are having a little party at the bottom. But they are adorable. Like, I mean, again, at first I thought, what do you want a mole for? But I don't know. I kind of like it. And then this one is featured on a postage collage from Waffle Flower. And she's just filled in each of the sections with the moles. I absolutely love this concept. So let me show you a card, and I know where it is because I just had it out. I was going through my stash, and I want to show you how you can use these little critters to make really fun scenes using the postage collage die from Waffle Flower. Now, I totally scrap lifted this, and I'll never give it away. I think I've shown it before. How adorable is this? Again, this is an older set that was released around springtime. It has the word veggie in it. But isn't that cute? How you can, like, each one of those sections is its own little scene. And if you wanted to cut them apart, just imagine this little postage stamp by itself with just this little mouse and the carrots. Just this little postage stamp by itself. I just think they're adorable. I actually want to make more of this because I just think they're the sweetest. And any of the stamp sets that you have that have critters, you can do the same thing with. So that is what Amanda's done here. Now, she doesn't have the postage stamp icons on it like these, but those can be added. And or you can just leave it plain like this. And I just think it's so cute. So even just this little scene right here with the little speech bubble going off the top would be so cute. Even just a little postage stamp with a little inchworm going across the top of it would be really fun. So you can do a lot of really fun things with the postage collage. And I think the moles are a perfect way to do that. So I just love them. I just think they're a lot of fun. And again, with all the punny little sayings that they have, it just makes them a lot of fun to give as well. So that is the A Mole Lot of Love. Okay, so that's that one. And then what else do we have here? We have from Christina, we have, oh my gosh, we have a lot of fun things. Now, some of these items are sold out. So these cards build off of the Build-A-Bunny and the Build-A-Fox release. So those are not new. They've been out for a little while. We did sell out of them over the holidays, and we will be restocking. So the bunny is one character and the fox is the other. And then they have add-on sets. So there are, these are kind of like dress-up dolls. Okay, so just think of them that way. There is the Build-A-Critter costumes. So they came out with it at Halloween. I think, no, they came out with the bunny at Easter. So the original set has some cute things that go along with spring and Easter. And then they came out with the Halloween. And then they came out with the more costumes that have like fairy wings and they can turn them into a ghost. And then you can, have them carrying pumpkins and stuff. So it kind of works for fall. And then they came out with winter stuff and Christmas stuff. I don't have that handy. So those were also add-on sets. And then, so Melissa's saying she looked up that background die and it looks like it's retired. But there's a similar one called Stitched Wavy Backdrop, but says retiring soon. Yes. Lawn Fawn does hang on to their products for a very long time, but eventually they do retire things and move on. So again, anyone interested in this background, just email me and I can do some research and let you know about that. Thank you, Melissa, for doing that. Yeah. So anyways, at Valentine's Day, they came out with a new set. Where is my new set? Well, I thought I had it here. These are the costume ones. This one is the fox. This one is the bunny. Well, what the heck did I do with it? Okay, hang on. Is it in my pile? No. I did. Oh, here it is. Duh. Okay. So here is the Build-A-Critter Valentine accessories. And this is great for anything love themed or Valentine's. And I know a lot of the manufacturers say it and we say it too. Love is not a single day. It goes all year long. So you can always use these, for things more than Valentine's Day, but they're just so cute. So here's the first one. And you can see it features both the bunny and the fox. And it's got the bow and arrow and the, I don't know what you call this. I call it a toga. Is that really what it is? And it's got the cute little wings in the background. And it's got the little envelope with the heart on it. So they're both dressed up for Valentine's Day. And here is a second one. Now, this is just the rabbit. Now, here you can see on this card, the whole rabbit is used. This one, just the head and arms and just part of the body is showing. It's not the whole thing, which is really cute because you can kind of have them peek out over top of things. But how sweet is this? Oh my gosh. I mean, even the bunny without the wings could be used at Easter in this configuration as well, maybe peeking out of a basket or something like that. But I love the little envelope and the little note that comes out. And then if you've got a stamp, you can stamp something on there. I mean, they're just adorable. I love the postage background. So that's that Lawn Fawn set. Again, it's a nested set, has a stencil, so you can create a background and then you can just layer your pieces on top of that. Now, the other thing on this card that's being featured, and it was on this one as well, is this border strip here. And that is the quilted heart border. Now, they've been doing these quilted dies for the past few releases, and they're really, really popular. So this is what it looks like when you die cut it out. Now, if you want to get super fancy, you can die cut it out of a different color. And then the pieces that pop out, you can pop them back in like a little puzzle. So that is for the people that have lots of patience. I would do something like that if I had time. I love that. But this is long enough that you can run it horizontally across a card, or you can turn it and go vertically. So it gives you the option to do either way. So that's another thing that you're going to see featured on here. And here's another card with the rabbit dressed up, and you could just as easily do the same thing with the fox. I love the use of metallic paper on here. So it's that mirrored gold cardstock, and it's shooting all the hearts out. And then you can see that border across the bottom. And then here we have the fox dressed up with the bow and arrow and the wings, shooting love all over the place. So darn cute. Okay, so that again features the fox and the rabbit, but then mostly the Valentine accessories. But they do have other accessories. There's 4 other sets. So 2 that came out in the fall, and then the winter and Christmas that came out at Christmas time. And now they're doing this one. And Christina said she had way too much fun making them. Well, I don't know how you can't have fun with Lawn Fawn. It's adorable. It's so much fun to play with. And again, you can mix and match. And the fun thing is, even if you don't have the bunny and the fox, these things alone, you can use by themselves too. You can add wings to anything. But I love the envelope. I love the bow and arrow. I love that you get a stitched heart, and then you get a tiny little heart in there as well. So you can use the accessory sets on their own as well. But they're just super cute to play with. And so they're so fun. Everything's fun. When Lawn Fawn is around, everything is fun. Okay, so that's that set. Now we're going to move on to some waffle flower. Now we are featuring this set here, the Snowy Hills stencil and die set. So this is a great scene building set for backgrounds. Now we are going to show some other things. This is the first card here. So the scene itself, the stencil, creates the landscape that you see in the background here. So the snowy kind of hills. It gives you the blue stenciling on there to make it look like rushing snow, and then it also gives you the skyline to do the background. And there are some trees that get stenciled on here as well. So here is another example. So the landscape is what you're looking at when you look at this stamp and die. The die is fun because it allows you to cut out the edges, and then it also gives you cut out trees as well, which is a fun option. Now these are sold as a bundle because they do work together. So really love that. And then you'll notice that on this one, it is not a winter scene. This does say Snowy Hills stencil, but you can use it just by changing your colors of ink to create a summertime scene or a mountain scene or anything that you like. And Christina is using all of these little woodland library critters. They're out in the hills reading their books. And this is the little knock knock tree, I think. Is it? Let me see. Oh, the treehouse die. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So there's lots of fun things that you can use it. And I will point out this cute little mole. He did feature himself in the woodland set before he became a standalone critter. So he was kind of snuck in there, but I love all the little reading buddies. So it's a fun way to build a scene. And then this one here is your typical winter scene. And the snowmen that are on here, they are from Waffle Flower. Now they have sold out. I did not reorder with the new releases that are en route to us now, but I can order them. So if you are looking for a great snowman set, you can let me know. And it does come with 2 different faces, and they go opposite directions. So you can have 2 and they're kind of looking at each other. It's got this adorable cardinal. Look at that cardinal. Isn't that fun? And then of course you can dress them up with the little things that come in here. Oh, there's no scarf and stuff in here. Where did that come from? Is there a scarf in here? There's the hat. Christina, help me out. Was there not a scarf in here? And if there is, I'm missing the die. Maybe she is still on and she can answer that question. Read the inside. Oh my God. Okay, I got to read the inside. Read the inside. Snowy Hills with Stencils, Snow Fun Postage Collage, Winter Add-ons. Okay, well, I did bring that home, I thought, or I have it. Okay, wait, I'll get it. It's over here. See, I always get in trouble. Yep, here it is. So this is an add-on die. Thank you, Christina, for winter add-ons. And this can be used for things other than just the snowman. So this has scarves in different sizes. It's got hats with different brims. And then the top hat does come with this snowman here. So these are winter accessories for little critters. Thank you. So that's where the scarves came from. But I love that cardinal. That's so cool. So that is what Christina finished off her scene with. But again, we were focusing on the actual scene die, which is really cool. Now you may see that I come back and I demonstrate how this die actually works in another video. But today we're not going to get into all of that. So that's that set. Oh, I meant to tell you about this too. There is a Snowy Hills add-on die. So that is an add-on die for this set right here. And it does give you the option of some little houses. Look at all the sweet little clouds you get. And it also gives you paw prints because this came out with a release with a dog and cat skiing. So those are reordered and they will be here soon. And the little paw prints are fun too. But the paw prints could be used for so many things. Like, look at how cute they are. And I love all the clouds. And then you have the little village. So you can insert your little homes in your hills and stuff as well. So those are add-ons that you can use too. But again, you could use these for anything. You don't have to necessarily use it with the Snowy Hill stencil. So that is that. And then what's this? Oh, since we're talking about Snowy Hills, let's talk about this set. I don't even ski, and I was very excited about this. So this is from Spellbinders. And it is called the Skizens release. So this comes as a bundle, but it also is available in individual pieces as well. I don't know if we have any bundles left, but we do have, I thought I saw some when I was at the store. I'm not 100% sure. But if you are a wintry person and you give a lot of cards in the winter, it's a lovely set. Or if you are a skier, I was drawn to this right away. I love the outdoors. I love doing all things outdoors. So I'm always drawn to sets like this. But there's just so much going on. So first of all, we've got an amazing embossing folder. And what this does is it shows you like as if you were skiing down a hill, you know, back and forth. But you can use this for other things. I mean, if you use your imagination, it doesn't have to be a ski hill. You can, you know, get creative with it, but it works very well. So it is called Streamline. And that is what that looks like. And it is a 3D embossing folder. Now I'm going to show you a card. Let's have a look here. Where's one? So here is the embossing folder in action. Isn't that amazing? I just think it's so brilliant. So I love that. And I mean, I have lots and lots of other wintry type sets that I could use this embossing folder with, and it would be amazing. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be used with this set, but if you've got other wintry things and you don't have anything like this embossing folder in your stash, it's a good time to pick that up. So that's the embossing folder. And then there is this amazing die that's called Ski Lodge. And it creates this amazing A-frame lodge. I don't know about you, but I want to go in that front door there and just cuddle up with a book next to the fireplace. And there's going to, on the other side of this front part is a humongous window that looks like out onto a forest, and, you know, deer are going to go wandering by. Like, can you picture it? Oh my gosh. So yeah, so that is the ski lodge, and it's a die set, so you can just create the whole thing. Anne Marie says she watched Simon Hurley make cards with this, and it was lovely. I have not seen that. I'm going to go look it up now because it's amazing. But you can tell by the dies how much detail goes into the die cuts when you cut them out. So here you can see these lines. This is going to show up on your paper. And here you've got brick. And then over here you've got brick. So there's lots of fun things. And I'm just going to show you one of the ski lodges up close. Look at the dark brown one. But you can see that impression that is put into the paper. And check out that fireplace. Do you see that? So lots and lots of details are done by the dies automatically when you go and cut them out. So I love that. And I'm going to just point out these amazing trees, which come in this set. I'm a tree person, so I really love to collect trees. And you can do lots with those trees away from the cabin. Like there's lots and lots of times when you can use that. So I love that. And I love the dark wood color. It just makes it look so cozy. And then there is a die here for lights. Now, can those be used separately? Let me just look. Oh, yes, it can. So this one has lights on it, but you don't have to use, oops, sorry, I'm off camera. You don't have to use the lights on your cabin. They can be lightless, which is nice because you could make scenes that are not wintry. Like you could do summer scenes where you've got the cabin. Okay. And then we have, of course, the skiers. This is called Hit the Slopes. And you've got snowboarders and skiers. You've got males and females. So again, if you look at them closely, if you take away the skis, they can definitely be doing other things. And even like the scarves, I don't think you have to attach the scarves. So then that would mean that these people can be used for things other than skiing and snowboarding, which is a nice option too. So there's your die for that. And then they have a better press plate that has the greetings. Okay, so you get a plate that does all of the sentiments in one stamp, whether you're stamping with ink on your better press or whether you're foiling with your glimmer. And then you have one die that cuts them all out. And I'm just going to point out the greetings here. So this one's been foiled. There's no place like home for the holidays. Cute font too. Dashing through the snow. And then here's another one I haven't shown yet. Sending snow much love. So I love the vibrant colors of this one. This is one of those chalets that you can just ski right to the hill from your chalet. You don't have to take a shuttle or drive there. You just, go out your front or back door and you've got a ski hill there. And then this one here, it says, baby, it's cold outside. And this one is a little bit more wintry. And we've got a foiled snowflake background, and we've got silver snow. So lots of different looks. I'll just put all of these cards out so you can see them all together because I just think they're so fun. So you can use them with the lodge or without, just the trees on their own. The people can be skiing or not. You can definitely use them without the skiing option, I think. So there's lots of potential with this set for sure. And I really love that cabin. And I love the fact that you can definitely use it away from the winter season and just make it a summer cabin in the forest and that kind of stuff. So that is that. And then, oh yes. Okay, so here is a set that came in late from Tailored Expressions, and it is called Harvest Hues, I think. What's it called? Yes, Harvest Hues. I did show it when it came in, but it is a stencil that does 4 different scenes. So you can see you get the pumpkins, the leaves, the sunflowers, and then the oak leaves and acorns over here. It's kind of like a mini quad, and it does 4 different scenes. And then they do have a foil it option as well. So part of the stenciling is already done for you. And then if you want to foil it, you can. So Amanda did make up samples. Now this is sold out. We don't have this anymore. It's sold out, but we can reorder it. We won't restock it on our own because the fall season has passed. But I want you to see all the great stuff you can do with this because there's going to be other stencils coming in this configuration that is really cool. So this is the fall one. And again, you get 4 different scenes when you stencil it out. So here's the first one. And I can tell that this is done with a foilet because of the black lines. It's done with black foil. So I don't know if the light will catch. There it is. See? So it does shine. But if you didn't want to foil, you can use these without foiling. And it just gives you that definition of the black lines. Okay. And there are different foilets in here. So some of them are the outline and some of them are the lines inside. So on this particular card, this one was used here because you can see that the inside of the sunflowers are done, but the outlines are not. And then on this one, the outlines are done, but not the insides. So it's just a different option. But isn't that cool? I love the arch. And then we'll talk about this stuff in a second. And here's another one. Again, using that foilet. This one, she did foil it. Let's just see. Get the light to catch it. There we go. So it is foiled in black again. Again, in that nice arch format. And then she's got another little arch coming down at the bottom. And then here's another one peeking through the window, which I also think is really cool. So we'll talk about those accessories in a minute. So that is the Harvest Hues. Now let's talk about some of these add-on pieces here. So the window. So we've got the arch window panes and the arch interactive window. So this window will actually open, but it also works really nicely when you use it with the pane and then you just put the shutters on the outside. So it just widens your window and it really makes it look very realistic. And you can put anything that you want behind this window. So it would work really nicely for a Christmas tree or a winter scene. It can be a summer scene. It can be anything at all can be in your window for viewing. So you can be looking out at it or it can be peeking in. So either way. But she did use one of those stenciled pieces and she placed it in behind the window. So that's a really cool idea. So that's the window pane and the interactive window die. So that's how we created that. And then to create the arches, I'm just going to see which sample I can show. This one right here. So this one here, there are 2 different Arch Nouveau die sets. So this one is 2 layers and it gives you a shadow layer and an up close layer. And these are additional ones. So you can add on to the original set. So it gives you lots of options for layering your arches. And this one here shows the shadow in behind, which is quite nice. Okay, so that's how those work. And then if you do want to add stitching around your arches, this is just going to add those ridges onto your paper without cutting out. So that's just a decorative piece. I don't have one to share with you right now. The original concept of this arch stuff came from the Arch Nouveau release. And one of the releases they did was the Dreamscapes. And it is a stamp set, which you can color in if you want, but there's also a matching stencil. So that colors in the open areas of the stamp. Or you can just use the stencil on its own. Now I did grab a couple of slides to show you. We've shown it before, but I just want to show you what this set here looks like. So this is the stamp and stencil option. And you can see on this card that they have the ridges that are used as an accent going around their arches. And then they've used those arch dies to create the shadow. This particular set here makes really nice masculine cards. And you can play around with your colors and really get some great effects. So here's another one using that same stamp set, but with the window option. So you're looking out the window and it's got a really nice scene. So I love the idea of using the window. This one doesn't have the shutters on it, but you saw in this card here how cool it is to add those shutters. So you could get a very similar effect on this card by using the shutter option. And then here are a couple of other cards, just in different color schemes, a little bit more summery. Great for retirement cards or thinking of you cards. Masculine cards like birthdays and things like that are really, 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 really cool with this particular design. So I just wanted to bring that on and show you what that original set kind of looks like. So they have a few different products. And I think we're sold out of most of the regular dies right now, but we will restock because that's a whole system that works really nicely together. And like I said, it's really fun to work with. So anyways, that's that. And if you are interested in the Harvest Hues, just let us know. We will reorder for you, but we aren't probably going to restock at this time just because fall is kind of already passed. But, you know, it comes around every year. So if you like the looks of some of those, just let us know. And we can bring that back in. But I know a lot of people bought them because we ordered in quite a few. So if you did happen to pick it up, you have some inspiration there. And then I'm going to go into a couple more fall sets that came late too. And this one here, this one is a cool one. This one comes with, it's called All Around Autumn. And it comes with the stamps to create all of these fall leaves and the acorn. But then it also comes with 3 greetings. And there are dies for all of the leaves and the greetings. So they're a nice size. And here you can see the happy fall word stamped and cut out. So that's what that looks like. And then Amanda used the stamps to create her own patterned paper in the background just by randomly stamping them in different colors. And then she also cut them out as a bit of a swag to go along with her sentiment. So that's what they look like when they're cut out. And they're a solid stamp, but they do have some distressing on them. So they stamp pretty solid, but there are areas that don't. And then they also don't stamp where the veins are, which makes it really easy to do. So that's one card with that. And it's a great little set if you're looking for just, you know, some leaves and some sentiments. And then this set here, this one features one of the autumn hues or harvest hues. What am I trying to say? Images with the foilet. Okay, let's see if I can get it to show the foil again. See how the edges are a little bit shiny? So that's with the foilet. And you don't have to use it with an arch. You can actually cut it out. So this particular one is done with the All Planned Out 4. Now we are sold out of this. This is one of their newer ones, but we will reorder it. We carry all the All Planned Out sets. They're really nice basics, but this one includes a square scallop, which is kind of nice. And then it does have a square die that you can use that layers on top of here, but it also has a stitched rectangle panel in there, along with strips to make paper strips and then some adorable tags. But you can see on this how she's used the Harvest Hues stencil and foilet. She's used the All Planned Out square pieces to make that focal point. And then she's used the leaves and stuff from this. And then she's used one of our favorite fonts from Tailored Expressions is the Sundry Sentiments. And this is the fall version. And that's what this greeting is here. So lots going on. So that's that. And then I think I have one more set, but I'm not sure what it is. Oh, yes. So I was going through my stash. I was actually doing a video call with Christina. And Amanda had given me a bunch of cards from the store. So I was putting them away. And we were chatting. And in my wedding section of my card stash, I have one card. And I said to myself, I really need to focus on some wedding cards. And then I brought this home and I thought, hey, so this is not a new set, but we had a customer request it. So we ordered it in again. And it is a beautiful wedding set. So this is called Today and Always. And they are 4 large greetings, which can be used on the inside or the outside of your cards. So it says 2 little words seem like far too few. Sorry. 2 little words seem like far too few, yet a lifetime begins with the words, I do. And then wishing 2 wonderful people one wonderful life. Celebrating you and love and the love you share today and always. And may your wedding day be as beautiful as the love you share. So 4 really beautiful greetings that you can use on wedding cards. And like I said, inside or outside. So there's that. There are no dies for this. There's just the stamp. And then this is the Floral Embrace die. And it does this beautiful floral pattern. And then it is designed actually to work on a 5x7 card. So it's nice because if you want to make a larger card, and oftentimes with wedding cards, they are a little bit bigger. You don't have to. I do a lot of A2 size cards myself, but it does give you that option. But it can be cut down for an A2 size card with no problem. And this is just a really elegant black and white version of this card. So this is the Floral Embrace die cut out in white. And then there's just some little gold pearls put in the center of the flowers. And then the greeting is heat embossed in gold on black cardstock. So very simple and elegant. Now I'm saying wedding because that's kind of what it was released with. But this floral panel can be used for all kinds of things. It does not have to be wedding at all, but it does work very nicely for wedding. So there's that one. And then there's this one here where Amanda has added some butterflies. And this says, may your wedding day be as beautiful as the love you share. And she's embossed that with a silver embossing powder. But if you look closely at the background, do you see that vellum that has been layered over top of a lightly ink blended background? And so this looks, this die looks beautiful when you cut it out of vellum. So if you're looking for some really nice wedding options, and this is 2 panels put side by side, so it kind of fills the whole card front. And then if you layer a panel over top, it kind of covers up that seam down the middle, which is quite nice. So that is a really great set. So if you're looking for wedding options, then this is a good one. I will be adding these to my stash for sure. What is the name of the floral pattern die? That one is called Floral Embrace. And like I said, it does work for 5x7 cards, but you can just cut it down and it works beautifully for A2 size as well. So it gives you options. And I mean, the floral panel can run along the bottom as well as down the side. So you've got some great options with that. Okay, so that is it for our inspiration for today. 45 minutes of fun, that was. I'm not going to be doing a giveaway today. We did one yesterday. So that is it. So I'm going to advertise my live session tomorrow evening, and that's going to be one of our Craft and Connect sessions. But I am going to focus on a little organizing tip, and you'll have to check out our social media post and our email for details on what I'm going to do. So that's all I got for today. I hope you guys have a great evening, and we will see you again soon.